I think one thing that PML-N and the PDM government's done rather successfully is to make it about parliament versus judiciary. So their narrative is that the judiciary is embarking on a political question. It is encroaching upon the turf of the parliament itself, and therefore the parliament is justifiable to rebuke judicial pronouncements by way of a parliamentary resolution, which obviously the constitution does not allow for. But that is the narrative of PML-N. As the release of money came to become an issue and the parliament rejected that particular bill, it became important to at least also, it became further important to show that the parliament was still backing the prime minister, and all parties concerned and the entire government is standing behind the prime minister as he takes on this judicial pronouncement and rebukes it. So I think he's taking on the judicial pronouncements of the Supreme Court, and he's risking contempt proceedings, and he wants to make sure that when the Supreme Court, and if the Supreme Court acts against him in contempt proceedings or otherwise, he is able to garner all the support that he can get. The visual support and the constitutional and apparent support would have to obviously come from the parliament, and he's made sure of that by seeking this vote of confidence and winning it. Of course, there are other stakeholders and quarters from where he is or may be getting support or would like to get support, and he will be drawing upon probably every reservoir of strength that he can get. And so this vote of confidence squarely puts the parliament behind the prime minister as the parliament takes on the judicial pronouncements of the Supreme Court, and perhaps unconstitutionally so. But this is obviously an act of defiance as far as seeking the vote of confidence from the parliament is concerned, because the basis of that is that, yes, go ahead, take on the Supreme Court. Having said that, at this point, because all stakeholders, I think, have come together and expressed reluctance upon the conducting of the general elections or even the Punjab and KPK elections, I think it is somewhat persuaded the Supreme Court to give the politicians another go at trying to sort this one out themselves, because they're making a case of how this is a political question and the Supreme Court ought not interfere with it. Of course, there is a small matter of an article of the Constitution which mandates for elections to be held not later than 90 days that may be violated here, in which case it would make it a legal question and not merely a political question.